Okay, recording on my end. Hello everyone. This is like my first time doing a presentation here, and today I'll be talking about Bacillus subtilis natto. Okay, so this bacteria which is used in a food, common food in Japan called natto, which is like fermented soybeans. Well, I'm gonna go through it in these slides, but and it could potentially be a probiotic and animal nutrition as well. So yeah, let's talk about it. So the abstract. With the growing demand of meat products, we want to create and provide more meat safety without compromising quality or health of the animals while restricting use of antibiotics in the animal feeds. This leads us to using probiotics as an alternative. Both in vitro and in vivo are used to show if the probiotic strain is safe and effective. These studies on Bacillus subtilis natto as a spore-forming probiotic bacterium in animal nutrition were shown to have no hazardous effects and demonstrated effectiveness as a probiotic through its proven antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, enzymatic, and immunomodulatory activity. This paper summarizes those findings. Okay, so these are the vocab words, usually just for myself because I didn't understand everything. But in vitro, for those who don't know, means process performed outside of the living organism, such as like a test tube, petri dish, etc. And in vivo is like the opposite of that. It's the process performed inside of the living organism. Antimicrobial means destroys or inhibits growth of microorganisms, especially pathogenic ones. Antioxidant means inhibits oxidation to help defend against free radical compounds that harm the body. Enzymatic means caused by the action of consisting of an enzyme. And immunomodulatory means capable of modifying or regulating one or more immune functions. So, what is natto? Natto is a fermented soybean food commonly consumed in Japan. It is known for its smell, its stickiness, and health benefits. As the food has been consumed for hundreds of years, it has been known to be very safe in humans and can be potentially used as probiotics in animals as well. Taste, I personally think it's kind of good, but usually non-Japanese people don't really like it. So I don't really know. I mean, I suggest all of you guys try it. So, but yeah, there's usually like mixed opinions going towards like really delicious or not delicious at all. Slightly more information about natto. So natto is an important source of protein for many Japanese people's diet since ancient times. Bacillus subtilis is named to B subtilis strains associated with natto. So natto contains subtilicin NAT, also known as nattokinase, high amounts of MK7, polygamma glutamic acid, gamma PGA, a non-toxic, non-immunogenic, and biodegradable biopolymer. Antioxidants, polyamine, I don't know how to pronounce that, but polyamines, isoflavone and isoflavone aglycones, and biosurfactants. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know like what any of those really actually are, but that's what's like inside natto, I guess. So introduction. Antibiotics have been used in foods to stabilize. Oh wait, hold on. I need to like ask you guys, right? Any questions so far? Any questions? Uh,
Do
yeah.
you
Oh yeah.
do
Please.
you do you know off the top of your head what any of these molecules in here are known for or have a tendency to be used for?
Not really. I just wanted to share this paper, so I don't know like really knowledgeable on this.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. It's just no, that's something that I can just pull up and throw into the chat then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so gonna move on, I guess. Any more questions? Let me just ask one more time. Okay, no. Well, yeah. Usually, like Gabe said, it's like me talking to a screen. So I guess I'll just go on with this. But yeah. So intro.
Oh,
Oh wait, hold on. Someone say anything?
oh shoot. I lost the audio for a second. What was the last question? I couldn't. I lost audio, so I didn't actually hear what the last like question either was. What
Oh,
you just said. I'm really sorry. I just lost audio, so I couldn't hear you.
oh wait, no, I was just asking if you guys have any questions, any more questions.
Oh yeah, I know, but wasn't there a question right before that that you answered? Or, I don't know. I lost before you said any more questions. There was a whole. I don't know. You guys were saying something, and I didn't hear it.
Oh yeah,
Something about
Gabe.
what the
Mhm.
terms or something like that.
Oh yeah. Oh, Gabe was just telling me that it would be like me talking to a screen, so I was just like kind of saying that.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
yeah. So I didn't
no
hear
worries.
anything. Okay.
No
Okay. Cool.
worries.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Thank you. Sorry. Okay. Cool. Thank
Yeah, it's
you.
fine. It's fine. Okay. So moving on. Introduction. So antibiotics have been used in foods to stabilize the intestinal flora to prevent disease. But now, with antibiotic restrictions, probiotics are being considered for alternatives. When introduced into the animal diet, these probiotics have significant impact on the zootechnical parameters such as digestibility and body weight in turkeys, chicken, piglets, sheep, goats, cattle, and horses. Horses, I guess. The Bacillus species are great as probiotics because the spores have resistance to heat, pH, and pressure, and so are able to withstand the gastrointestinal transit and stability in feed pelleting, storage, and handling. Bacillus strains therefore have a higher survival rate during the acidic stomach passage. Okay. Any questions there? I guess. Wait, no. I don't know. Okay. No questions, I guess. Okay, moving on. Why no antibiotics? So I just include this slide because I was wondering, but not yeah, like I'm not totally sure, but basically FDA EU has made many regulations and a lot of company on antibiotics, and so a lot of companies are just moving towards more natural alternatives. And apparently, a ton of antibiotics is not super good for the animal nor the consumer, but like it's not in the paper, and I'm not like super knowledgeable on that. So, but yeah, I just included that slide just as an extra. Okay, so this is like one of the figures tables. I don't know, but it's from the paper. Basically, it's the probiotic effects in animal nutrition. The microorganism is the Bacillus species function alternative to the use of antibiotics. Ingestion, an additive mixed with feed or water, and so the effects on pigs basically they reduce diarrhea after weaning in piglets, reduction of mortality, weight gain, and improvement of food efficiency. And the effects on cattle: improvement in growth, increase in milk production, enhancement in digestibility. Effects on poultry: increase in growth rate, control and prevention of salmonellosis, necrotic enteritis, and coccidiosis. Okay, that's all really hard to say, but yeah. I don't know if I should like ask any questions on this. It's like just a thing, I guess. But any like questions or anything to say, I guess. Oh, oh,
Go ahead.
oh wait, no, I was just asking if like anyone wanted to say
Mhm.
anything. I guess not, however, so I guess I'll be moving on. Okay. Okay, so this is the table showing like different natto strains, their source, and like what they do. So like there's this B subtilis natto N77, which is isolated from commercial natto samples, and they produce something called phytase or phytase. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And there's this B subtilis natto TK1 from the TUST Collection Center. Okay, Tianjin University of Science and Technology in Tianjin, China, and they are biosurfactant production with anti-tumor activity. Interesting. Um, so there's B sub, and then there's the B subtilis NRRL 3666 from the United States Department of Agriculture (ARS), and they have high production of nattokinase, which we earlier said like is like the one of the things in natto, the food. And there's B. subtilis natto BO4, isolated from natto, and they modulate immune responses. So that's like the immunomodulatory thing, I think. And there's B. subtilis natto CGMCC2108 from the China General Microbiological Culture Collection Center, and they have the high production of polyglutamic acid. There's B. subtilis natto ATCC 15245 or B. subtilis natto Sawamura, and it's from the American Type Culture Collection, and this one does polyglutamic acid production, used for cryoprotection of probiotic bacteria. Then there's in food and probiotics in food. Okay. And there's B. subtilis natto TTCC12, deposited by Kyowa Firm Industry Co. Ltd. and Takano Foods Co. Ltd. I guess. Wait, I don't. Okay, but those two, they have immune modulation of immune responses. So I think this one's the immunomodulatory thing again. And the B. subtilis natto BSO4 is from the Laboratory of Molecular Animal Nutrition, Zhejiang University of China. And this one is activation of immune response of murine macrophages in vitro. B. subtilis NT, isolated from grass carpon, is probiotic strain for improving growth performance in grass carp. This is B. subtilis natto R127, and this is from the Laboratory of Industrial Catalysis and Metabolic Engineering of Nanjing Tech University. This one is menaquinone 7 production. Okay, and B. subtilis natto CSUF5, isolated from the traditional fermented food natto, and this one is production of surfactant variants with antifungal properties. And lastly, or finally, B. subtilis natto CCT77112, isolated from natto at the Department of Biochemistry and Biotechnology of the State University of Londrina, Brazil. This one is related to production of fructooligosaccharides (FOS) with prebiotic action. Okay. Any questions regarding this table? Yes. I don't even know how.
So, how difficult was this? Like, this is like obviously a Japanese website. Like, how accurate, or like, where did the translation for this table come from? Just out of curiosity. As far as like the just like the translation of all the scientific original things.
This is their slides.
Yeah, this is my slides.
Yeah, no. Oh no, I know, but like it. But like you don't speak Japanese, right? So like.
Oh, I do speak Japanese. Yeah. No, I'm Japanese.
Are you kidding me? Oh, that's fucking adorable. Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Why.
Sorry. I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like, holy shit! Like how are you translating all this stuff from a Japanese website? That makes way more sense now. Okay, moving on then. I'll be quiet. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, okay. Moving on. This is another thing from the paper, which mentions cytotoxicity. Basically, Hong et al. Conducted in vitro assessments of the cytotoxicity of B. subtilis natto using HEP2, CACO2, and HT29 16E cell monolayers, and demonstrated a high significant level of toxicity. However, these results were not considered conclusive due to the likely interference of low molecular weight compounds present in the culture medium employed. This was just something that I thought was interesting. And another thing that I just got from the paper basically shows like the adhesion, the cycle, B. subtilis natto life cycle through an avian gastrointestinal tract. So like the Bacillus sp spores go from here. They go through the esophagus, the crop, and go down here. There's the liver, the pancreas. Goes through this thing, germination, I guess. Okay, right here, and the small intestine, and then out here is the spore elimination, large intestine, cloaca, I guess. So this is where the immune modulation happens, and these are the probiotic effects from this way, from here to here, and antimicrobial activity aid in nutrition and digestion, immune modulation, competitive exclusion happens around here, I guess. And here's like another thing where like I don't know which part it is, but like it's like more um, molecular side of the things: adhesion, colonization, biofilm formation, and phosphorylation. Free living vegetative cells and cell attachment. There's like the microcolony formation and extracellular matter production, cell and spore dispersal, germination. So this is like the spores of the Bacillus subtilis, I think. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's how it works, I guess. And finally, conclusion. So this current part, I'm kind of like skipping a few steps, but in conclusion, the paper suggests that there's strong evidence in the literature that B. subtilis natto is safe and has high potential for use as probiotics in animal nutrition. However, more controlled studies are required based on knowing how any B. subtilis strain is highly dependent on the strain itself as well as the conditions applied in the cultivation itself. Okay, I guess I'm kind of done with my slides. Any questions or anything to say, I guess?
So,
Mm-hmm.
so I mentioned something in the chat window there
Oh, the chat
about,
window. Yeah, I
you
didn't
know,
see that.
right. So this last sentence is very interesting, from kind of like an evolutionary biology point of view, because this is, where they're like, oh yeah, like it's highly dependent on strain and cultivation and conditions, and we all know that absolutely none of that really happens in nature. There's not like, mono strains of B sub hanging out in a completely stable whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And so what the interesting place that I could see this going is kind of doing like a meta culture,
Mm-hmm.
where they're trying, like, because how does such a useful melange exist? Just like, what are the conditions if you're just great? I mean, it's rotten food, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are the, like, so then it's like, is it more of an ecosystem thing? Like, what are the natural changes in the nattosphere
Mm-hmm.
as these things are shifting? Anyway, I think, yeah, that's really, this whole thing is very interesting.
Oh,
I don't
cool.
know if
Yeah.
I actually made a question there, but I was trying.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone else, has anyone heard anything about this type of study, about, these kind of larger collections of species? Okay. That's just that's
Okay.
it. That's my question.
Hmm. Oh wait, for me? Like
I think it
everyone.
was more open-ended.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Not my best question, but
Yeah. For me, I don't know. Like this, I just picked up this paper. I was looking into it. So, um, specifically natto because I eat a lot. I eat it a lot. Um, here. So I was a little bit curious about what it was and why it's healthy or stuff. Why people say it's healthy.
well, this has been really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and, um, thank you for presenting the paper.
Yeah.
For those of you who are new, we're kind of doing this thing called Journal Club. We do it every week on Wednesday. We take a paper, we present a paper, and it looks like we're trying to actually catalog these things and record them and maybe even put them on a YouTube channel. So if you have a paper that you're interested in, or if you would like to share a paper with everyone, please don't hesitate to hop into the Journal Club channel and say something. And thanks everyone for coming out.
Yeah. And I definitely recommend just trying natto at least once or maybe twice, I guess. It's an interesting food with interesting taste. I don't have I don't know any food that tastes like it, so new taste for some maybe.
I don't know any food that feels like it either,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
but it's good.
Mhm.
All right. Well, everyone have a lovely day. Thank you for presenting it,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys later.
Okay. Bye guys. Oh shit, I need to stop recording this one as well. Oh my god, okay.